And we are live. Hello everyone, this is the Void Executive and welcome to the stream. How is everyone doing? Hope everyone is doing pretty okay. Hello, welcome to the stream. So, hello. Give me the secret formula. You wish I gave you the secret formula. Today we are going to continue the drawing that we left off on Saturday, which involves this creepy atmosphere with our little protagonist lost in it. We still have yet to draw it, but we'll see how it goes. In the meantime, let me show you the progress that we have made so far. Wrong button. There we go. So this is how we last left off. I think today. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Last time we worked on the walls, most importantly. So it was first it was nothing, then it was like this, and then last stream in which we worked on this one, which was on Saturday, we ended up with this result. Thank you. Guys, I'm gonna upload some videos to my account. Oh, nice. So today I think we are going to be working mainly on the desk over here, which I think is in need of renovations, I would say. Yeah, sure. Ask away. In the meantime, let me change the mood over here. Feel free to ask anything you want to know. In the meantime, I will check if everything is working correctly, both for Twitch and YouTube. I think it should be pretty okay. How do you feel about the Krusty Krabs? I will say something that you may not like it. Even as a kid, I never really liked SpongeBob the show. I mean, I know what the Krusty Krab is, but in general, the show SpongeBob, I found it really, I don't know, annoying maybe? I found the character SpongeBob so annoying that I couldn't watch it and bear his voice, SpongeBob and Patrick's voices. I mean, I think the only what do you feel about the chum bucket? Yeah, similar thing about the whole ordeal. Never been a SpongeBob fan. Okay, Squidward, yeah. Unironically, Squidward may be the only half decent character because he's not completely idiotic. Like, he may sound like a pessimist, but I think anyone would become like Squidward if they had to deal with the likes of SpongeBob and Patrick every single day. Squidward is so relatable. Yeah, indeed. I don't think there are Patrick and SpongeBob. I don't think they can be relatable in comparison. Imagine working with SpongeBob. Yeah, I think it would be a nightmare. Like, I would quit on my first day on the job. if I had with someone like like SpongeBob. I sub the stream is so cool. Hey, thank you. We've only just started, but I'm glad you like the vibes. Just know that if you're new here, we will not be only showing the progress of drawing, but I want to show you guys the entire process that I go through, which includes the research of references and things like that. Hello, thank you for the nice compliment. So, I want to show you guys something real quick. We are currently doing this drawing over here, and this is the mood board that I've made. The idea is to have a really cute character being thrown into a very dark environment, a dark world. Now, the cute character is not present yet, but I will eventually add it. It will be present on the desk over here. But I think I will first develop the backgrounds using these references given, before then eventually design the character itself. 50k or vibes? Not sure what you mean, but right now I need to develop a little more the desk. I was thinking about do something about this vase, but I need to grab some references for the vase, because something may not know, but most artists never draw from imagination. Not sure what you mean by 50k. I know Warhammer 40k, which is something different, I assume. So let me briefly switch over to let me see if it... There we go. Sometimes I switch over to Pinterest to show the process when looking for references. Right now I'm trying to paint a vase, and so it's appropriate to try and find some types of vases that will help me in creating it. Hello! How's your day been going? Yeah, I am the Void executive after all. You are in the company here in the middle of the Void, and every subscriber here is a fellow employee. Welcome. The day has been pretty good so far. Right now I'm just looking for some references for decorating the vase that's on the desk. I don't want to do anything too crazy like these types of vases that you see, because it would grab too much attention to the viewer, and for being just a random object it doesn't need to be that decorated, but just a couple of simple decorations will do the job. I have found a few. Let me briefly switch over to the reference. Yeah, because it is one of many items present on the table. So I will just place a few, just a few of these references over here, and I will keep it on a separate window as I draw. You sound Russian? No, I'm not Russian. I do live in Europe though. There we go. Okay, now that we have grabbed a few references, I can try and replicate it. to some capacity, of course. You play games? Almost never. It is planned, however. I am looking forward to playing games, but if I do, for now it will mostly be indie games, or still games that are not as intensive for the system, because my computer is not the newest, unfortunately. Think it over the art you made for the last 2 streams. It's just so beautiful and amazing. Thank you. I'm glad you like what I do. I personally still think there is room for improvement, but that's a bit of I wouldn't call it a curse, but it's very similar. For the artist, whatever you make, like the true artist is almost never satisfied with their own art. They always think they can do better. And that can be both a good thing and a bad thing. A good thing because you are always learning. In art there is never a point in which you can say, okay, I am satisfied with my current level of expertise, because there will always be something that you think is not perfect, even though to the other people it may not be even noticeable. It can be a bit of a detriment, because you may be too harsh on yourself sometimes. Hello, welcome to the stream. But yeah, in art you are always improving one way or another, or not necessarily improving, but learning. Always learning. Even the most experienced artists that do their job for decades, they still think they can improve themselves. Even when to the ordinary person, I would say, they seem like they are perfect. And I think that's part of the beauty of doing art, because an artist never stops being one once they start taking this career path. Like, as far as I know, artists have always been doing art until they die, basically. Especially for the big ones like Leonardo, Michelangelo, the most famous ones. Okay, let's try and add something like this. We will also add some flowers. I will grab some references for that as well. I like to draw some art too. It really makes me feel calm from stress and pressure. I've been through a lot. In art, it is very, very powerful in some ways, and it's more important than people think. It's literally the first thing we did as human beings, even before we learned to use language, if you think about it. Back in the old caveman days, we used to paint murals on the cavern walls, even when we did not know how to properly talk. So art in general, it's something very ingrained in our human experience, I would say. Which is something that lately, especially with the coming of AI, some people are misunderstanding. Sometimes they merely think of a drawing as a product, but it goes a little beyond that. Okay, let me try and add some more decorations. I don't want to overdo it. Then I think I will go with the flowers as well. Okay. Now for the flowers, since it's a very dark theme, let me see some references of withered and dead flowers. I don't think there will be need to show you because they are very simple references. I will just grab a couple of them and try to replicate them. Okay, just a few seconds. And yeah, I think this will do. Okay, now we go for the flowers. Now for those who are interested, I am trying, it's not really a new technique, but with other drawings I've made previously, I use what was called photo bashing, which is essentially for some specific parts, like very detailed elements or things like that. I would use photos and then manipulate them to obtain the results I needed, to sort of give it a realistic look. But in here I will try to almost exclusively paint everything. I will try with a couple of different colors for these flowers, and keep in mind all of the other elements. For instance, if I put a flower of this same color in this area, it would be too dark and it would blend a little bit too much with the element that's behind. So instead here I will use a flower of lighter color. We have some darker areas here where the leaves would be present. You low-key the best artist I've ever seen. Oh, really? Thank you. I'm glad to give that impression, but there are far more talented artists than I am. I mean, I wouldn't say talented, much better skilled. Talent can become a little bit of a misconception sometimes. Because just because someone is good doesn't mean they are talented. I am not one of those people who started drawing since they were a little kid, and if I met my younger self and told them, hey, you're going to be an artist that people will tell they are good, my younger self wouldn't believe it. Okay, if you see me zooming out like this, is because I try to see how whatever I am working on, how it looks like with the overall picture. I think right now that it's a little bit weird that there is exactly 2 of one color on one side and 2 of another color on the other side. So I think I will try to add a couple of more flowers to switch it up. And then one over here. Now this one is very dark, but I will try to change it, because right now I'm only giving it flat colors. Then we need to take into account the light coming from over here, and then I think before I will try to develop the lamp over here, because this lamp will be lit and then we'll have to lift up both the desk, the desk, the items, and then a part of the paintings in this region. Totally agreed. When I was a little kid, I've been imagining a lot of weird story in my school, and till this day I'm still struggling to draw someone side face. Yeah, I mean, drawing something perfect, a face perfectly viewed on the side can be a little I wouldn't say tricky, but you rarely will find occasions in which you need to draw a face perfectly in a sideways position. Okay, let's try and work a little bit more on the lamp over here. I think I will dedicate a folder for it. And I will also try and look for some additional references for it. For those who are new over here, you are going to, especially in in specific sections in which I do not know exactly how to draw something, or if I need references, you will see a lot of me switching over from one side to the other. looking up for the right image to use to further develop the drawing. One second. Pinterest. Sometimes I don't know why, but Pinterest just freezes over and I have to close and reopen. Let's see. (1800s) desk lamp. Something not like this. Oh, maybe oil lamp. Yeah, something of this. Something of this nature. I'll try to replicate this one over here, or this one, or this one. Okay, I think I will do this one over here. Seems simple enough. We don't necessarily need to replicate the colors. This is our very first sketch, but it's more of a placeholder than anything. So we'll lower the opacity of this one, because the shape is different, so we don't necessarily need to follow it. Let me try to already establish a base color. I am imagining it would be made of copper or brass, something along those lines. Then it is something like, let me use a symmetry just for good measure. Okay. Then we'll do there we go, something like this. If you see some faint outline over here, it's the sketch that's in front of, on top of everything, but we will get rid of it eventually. Okay, and then we make the glass area. Right now I will temporarily use this type of gray, but we will need to adjust it eventually. Let me change the position, because like this there is a tangent, which is you see how this line kinda it's placed in a way that it becomes a continuation of the other one, and this is called a tangent, and it's something we want to avoid because it grabs the attention too much. Oh, I forgot to move the symmetry. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Hope you like what you see. We are creating this drawing over here. It's far from complete, of course. Who's gonna tell him? It's me again. Oh. Yeah, sorry. I apologize. Sometimes I don't know why. I use OBS, right? And I have my my chat on the other screen, and for some reason, to me, sometimes it changes the color of your name. And stupid me, I assume that it's a new person, especially if the color is particularly dark, which makes it hard to read. So I assume it's a new person. Apologies. Okay, so we have our proto lamp. I haven't given it any shade yet, because now I think we will add the flame. I forgot that when you leave a stream and come back, the color changes. Yeah, no problem. I mean, I wish it didn't do that, but yeah, that's something we have to come to terms, I guess. Yeah, since we are here, I think I will remove the symmetry, because right now we are creating a flame, and they tend to be symmetrical, but they don't have to be. How big should it be? Not too big, but it will be bright, so we'll need to then apply the light everywhere else. It will be our guide to then create the shading for all of the other items present on the desk and the general vicinity of this light source. Starting from, I would say, this very lamp. here we can already try and replicate the decorations. Here we will use the symmetry. You got good taste in lo-fi music, thank you. To be completely honest, one of the main reasons I chose this playlist is because it's the only one I can confidently say it's copyright free. I've tried other types of lo-fi playlists before in my previous streams, but unfortunately they were copyright claimed. And I want to try and avoid that, of course. Originally, I did plan to have a different playlist with different music depending on the drawing I was making, but I quickly found out that it's not really feasible, since many of the songs would be covered by copyright. Which sucks, but at least with this particular playlist it will be one playlist for everything, right? Okay, let's see, before I apply the light itself on everything, I wanted to test to create the some sort of not halo, but some haze of how the light would work. Let me see what I mean. Let me show you. Something like this. That's fine and understandable. Yeah, it's a bit of a bummer if you ask me, but hey. Okay, it will be something like that. But okay, I think now it's also the time to start working on let me show you, on our character. We still need to create a character, a cute character that will be placed on the desk, and it will be our protagonist that gets thrown into this unknown world. To do that, my plan is to right now the colors are, generally speaking, all warm colors, and I want to make it so our character like is over here and that came through a portal, and both the character and the portal have cold colors in order to create some contrast between the character and the environment. So let me try and do just that. will be... I was thinking of something like... So our cutter will be here, and I wanted to show it as if it fell from a portal over here. Or maybe coming from here. Yeah, maybe coming from here, because here the portal will have its own light source. So let's try and design the portal itself, then we can always place it wherever we want it. By the way, Joy Drew Studios released the trailer for Bendy Nightmare Syndicate. Oh, I see. I mean, to be completely honest, I would have to rewatch or replay the entire Bendy franchise because I don't remember almost anything about it. I think it's something I would need to pick back up someday. Also, another thing I want to convey about this character and portal is that they will be very colorful or very saturated compared to the rest of the drawing, which they have. It looks like they are saturated. Some of it they are kind of saturated, but most of it is like dark and grayish colors. I love how interactive your world is, like you test it as if alive. Thank you. I mean, I try my best to make it so the different elements are believable in a way. Now I'm trying to give some sort of rotating particle effects, but it's proving itself a little bit maybe I should do something like so, and then maybe erase it over time. I am very much experimenting right now. Maybe let me see if I have some brushes that will help me out. Not really. But of course I want to give it something like so. Hey, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream and welcome to the company. Okay. Oh, I did it on the wrong layer. And since we're here, let's increase the range. Let's see how it looks like if I soften the edges. We can always keep in mind that we can change the portal however we want, the position, and we can always make it maybe smaller. It will work best to give the idea that our character is very, very small. Since we are here, I think we can maybe try and work on this letter over here. Maybe already try and do some shading on it. Let's see. Let me remove this one for now. Weird is lately I've been kinda felt my leg twitching every time I lay them in front of my red fridge. Does it mean my fridge is some kind of gateway or some interdimension? That's quite something, isn't it? I don't know what kind of fridge do you have. Maybe you have an SCP of some kind. That could make for an interesting SCP story. Okay, now it's also the time for me to work on this desk underneath and try to add some lighting to it. Let's see how this one goes. There we go. Maybe... Yeah, let me try something about these floating orbs. What if I change their... Yeah, maybe... Yeah, something like that, maybe. Let's change the... color. Oh. Another thing we need to keep in mind is the values over here. I think these ones can be even brighter. Playing games all day? What type of games? I've said it already in the latest streams, but right now my latest obsession is Deadlock. Okay. I think it can work. Although this letter needs some polishing still. And since we are here, let's treat this piece of paper as well. I think the shape is a little bit off, so I will try to reshape it. Let's try something like this. And then we need to tone this down a little bit. Maybe with a little contact shadow coming from the first letter. Let's try and flip the image, which can always be very useful. Just 1 second, let me Right now I'm placing just simple scribbles, but I may add some actual text, I think. Let me use a different okay. Let's try and work a little bit more on the light on the table over here. There we go. Okay, that's even more beautiful. Thank you. And this is still very early on. But I think now, what else can we work on? Let me work a little bit on this ancient book. Let me see if I can do maybe some decorations about it. Let me see if I already have some references. Let's see. Now, first I want to work a bit more on the desk here, because I'm still not too satisfied. Because I want to kind of replicate this sort of texture that wooden tables usually have. No. Let me see how some people may have done so. It may be a slow process, but a process nonetheless. Let me look at one reference real quick. Let's do table. So I have some references for the texture. Yeah, I think I need to do something like like so. Like a very old, not necessarily ruined, but still something, a very old type of table. Let me flip the canvas just in case. Before and after. I think what is missing is still some shadows and lighting, because right now the items are still pretty much floating. Now let me try and create another layer for the light coming from the lamp over here. And for that, I think we'll go I know that right now it doesn't look as good, but in the end it will, trust me. Okay. Let's work a little bit on this book. Let me find a few references. All Let me see. Yeah, something like that. Okay, I have my book in the background, and I think we can start working on it. Okay. want to give it this sort of leathery look. So let me see if I can manage to pull it off. Okay. And then add just a little bit more of a maybe it's best if I switch. Brush. Maybe lower the opacity a little bit. Like, I know that right now some photo bashing would be very handy, but I really want to try and improve my my painting, so I will do my best to be as thorough as possible with each brush stroke. Greetings, I'm here just to say hi. Gotta wake up early tomorrow. Fair enough. Thank you for stopping by anyway. Always really appreciated. Let me work on these pages over here. There we go. Okay. And then back on the table over here, we would simply yeah, it's already a little bit better, isn't it? although for this cover we need to be much more precise. So let's try and do a little bit of detail work. Okay. Let's darken this area a little bit and see how this one may go. These pages need to be a little bit more even. There we go. And here, make it even. Even darker. Finally, I can sit down and enjoy this art being painted. Almost like watching the Mona Lisa being painted live. I don't think it's the best comparison. I'm not on that level at all, but thank you for the compliment. I need to be a little bit mindful about the values for each item. I'm realizing it may not be the easiest thing to do. Especially for items in the foreground like this, which they require much more detailed compared to everything else. Let's see how it is right now. there is not much contrast in here. No problem, it's just I love this type of art style, yet I don't know how it works, so I cherish it, and at least you're the one doing it. Thank you. I mean, if you want, I can at least try to explain some things if you want to learn from it. What exactly you don't know how it works, like what exactly do you mean? If you want, I will happily explain to you. I sneeze. Apologies. 1 second. I mean, at least I hope that by watching this you can see how it works. Thank you. Let's add some of the light on the letters as well. I mean, as in, how does one get the idea to balance it out with both horror and simple details? As I can draw, so I want to know what goes through amazing artists like you. Oh, you are really flattering me, thank you. I mean, if you are a fan of horror, it shouldn't be too much of a problem trying to think about horror things, but mostly, like what I have been saying it for everything else pretty much, is use a lot of references, especially if you try a topic that you have never tried before. So if you need something that is pretty new, and so you maybe don't know certain things or certain elements, you simply look up a bunch of images and try to find whatever works best for you. As for how I came up with this design in particular, I mean, this one I kinda went with my imagination. I didn't have any plan to create a very specific design. And if you are a fan of horror media in general, it does become a bit easier to imagine some things, because you instinctively take inspiration from many different sources, right? As for the simple details, I mean, usually there is a saying which is less is more. In some instances, it depends also on the type of drawing that you want to do. Of course, if you go with it depends on how much detail you want to add and how long are you willing to spend time on a piece. That makes sense, but I don't have the drawing skills to apply, but I don't want to even learn art. But I am up for supporting artists, not because I wanted to draw something for me. For an OC, I just like supported them. I mean, if one day you have this idea of this OC and you want to see it come to life, so to speak, I don't think it's a bad idea to try and draw it yourself. For example, I started drawing like basically 10 years ago. Before, I never would have thought that I would be here making an art channel, drawing to people who appreciate what I do. For instance, before I wanted to do engineering, but then one day I made a dream that I really liked, and that's what gave me the inspiration to start drawing. It was a combination of that, and also it was still the period in which it was where like even in that period, 2016, but also the years before, Five Nights at Freddy's was still very popular, and I kept having suggested as YouTube videos speed paints of characters and environments, and I really liked the process of watching a sped up version of a live drawing, essentially. But yeah, if you have, for one reason or another, a desire to draw something or to create something, I think it's something that it is always present in us humans, and I don't think it hurts to try and follow your instinct. My first drawing piece was Baldi and Bendy, a lot of Bendy. And but I'd rather ask my art friends, not because they're my friend, but because I just want to see how they do it. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Oop. But if you have some suggestions in topics that you would like me to try it out, feel free to suggest them. This very topic that we are drawing right now, it came from a suggestion of a viewer, and then this suggestion got added in the Wheel of Fortune and it got randomly picked. So if you want your ideas to have a chance to appear as well, you are more than welcome to give it a try. Okay. As every artist has unique art style like yours, I would suggest, but I want to suggest something that you know and enjoy, as I prefer artists to draw what they like / love. Oh, I mean, you don't have to worry about that. The main point of these randomized drawings is so that I can explore new things and new themes, so that I come out of my comfort zone. Thanks for the Lord applause, no problem. But yeah, so do not be worried about suggesting something that I may not be familiar with. The point of these one-off drawings, chosen with the random pick from the Wheel of Fortune, is to specifically try new things, so that I can tackle different problems and apply different solutions and improve as an artist overall. Like, yeah, do not be worried to suggest uncomfortable or something that you think I may struggle with sometimes, because those are I take them as a challenge. Well, I guess you can try drawing Death Palette from the game. I have no idea, but hold on a second, let me do this. One moment. Okay. So this is the random wheel. Each time we finish a drawing like the one I am doing, we will spin the wheel and select the new topic. So let me add yours. What was it in particular? Death Palette from the game. Specifically the girl when she is almost finished or half. Your choice is a beautiful childhood memory and one of my indie horror. Death Palette. Death Palette fan art. Let me see. Death Palette. This one? Is it this one over here? I mean, this one should be... It seems simple enough. I could try and give it my own spin to it, but we need to know a little bit about the story or something. If it appears, I will certainly look it up. Is it like a game made on RPG Maker? It gives me those vibes, like something like also Mad Father. I don't know if you ever played this game. Mad Father, or also Ib. Another great game. Or the classic very classic horror game. I've never played this one, but I remember when it was very popular. Okay, let me do a quick check on before and after since we started. Okay, It is better, but I can do better. Before continuing, I will take a very short break, drink some water, the usual thing, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay. Now let's see. Okay, we saw how it was before. Much more detailed, but I think I can do better. We need to definitely work more on the values. Over here they are kind of all over the place. So first thing I want to do is work a little bit on the background. More detailed and give it more life. I mean, of course, this one was very... it was more of a placeholder than anything, but right now the lighting still doesn't feel right. If we remove everything that's present on the desk, including the desk itself, and leave it only the background, the light of the background more or less works as expected. Now that we have added these new elements, we need to make the background interact with it as well. So now I think we will briefly switch back to the background and try and make it behave as expected. For instance, there is a light source over here, but the background in this area is way too dark. We need to fix that. Low-key, you would make W horror game. Thank you. I have some ideas about horror elements, and I do like horror in general. In general, like monsters and things like that. I'm also someone who, oftentimes when I imagine something, like a monster or an environment, I also try to imagine the sounds they would make. Even though I am not a sound designer, I very much suck at doing sound design, so because that's not my profession, but still I try whenever I can. At least try to replicate or find some programs that try to replicate. But I don't know. Okay, one thing we need to be careful is not to make the light on the wall brighter than the light source itself. That's something that happens in real life as well. It's impossible to illuminate something more than the light source itself. Question is, how far do I want to make this lit up area? Because then, right now, we are only affecting the wall, but then we will also need to affect the paintings too. But it shouldn't be too difficult. Because now, let's go over here. However, I think I will do all of these together. Okay. And now we add the lighting where necessary. I need to be a little bit careful because this blending mode I am using is very, very strong. Okay. Maybe this area is a little bit too bright. Let's try and darken it just a smidge. Guess what dog? It's the last day for them. One for me, so yippee, I can watch your stream without worries. Last day for term 1 for me, so what do you mean? You mean exams and stuff? But I'm glad that you appreciate the stream so far. For school, yeah. Fair enough. It's always a good feeling to reach the end of the day and chill watching a stream or watching a video. Can be anything. Okay, I will add now, since this one is a mirror, I want to add some sort of reflection. High schooler, fair enough. And plus, our teacher let us play game computers. Okay, so I'll watch you while playing using AirPods, fair enough. But I mean, are you in school right now? What time is it to you? Must be pretty early. For me, it's okay. It's 9:32 a.m. For me, it's 10:32 p.m. So quite a big difference, I'd say. Yeah, I'm basically on the other side. Okay. But yeah, I mean, everyone is welcome for me, even if they come from the other side of the world. Okay, let me check a few references for broken mirrors. I want to be sure to make the light refractions correct. America believes something. America believes something I won't guess. And somewhere in the Pacific. I won't say where specifically. I mean, my first guess would be California. Let's see. Can mirror, or maybe Peru. I don't know. Okay, I'm trying to watch some broken mirrors, but let me try instead. This one I'll place it someplace else, which is over here. I mean, I'm happy not to have to worry about school. I've had my fair share of boring classes and useless tests. Okay, I don't think this is the... maybe... Okay, let me try something. I want this to be like an old mirror. Usually these old mirrors have some sort of grime on the edges. You can build on that scrap line from the game I was writing. Oh, you mean you are imagining this one as if it's a horror game. To be completely honest, I think I would be terrible at making games. I am not a game developer, but it would be interesting, I think, and also a nice experience to still work for the game. Still doing art, of course, but would be quite nice. I'm trying to create some texture and in order to try and replicate those kind of dirty mirrors that they always have this sort of dirt layer around it. You will be fine as you can get a team or work solo, as it takes time and within that time you can learn. I did that and can both learn animation and do decent game writings. Yeah, I mostly mean about coding and stuff like that. I tried once. It was very basic, but I tried learning Python, and it really isn't for me, let's say. I think it's too weird and convoluted. I think I will stick to what I can do best at the moment. Let's try flip the image one more time. And check the values. And let me just make a quick save. Let me maybe obscure some parts, or rather obscure this part. Okay. Soon I'm going to upload some videos to my channel. I build Legos, draw, react, and do challenges and anything else interesting. Do you have an idea for a video or something? It's okay if not. I mean, one suggestion that I have received from different people when starting a YouTube channel is try not to go right into a variety stream right away. My best advice would be try to find a niche of your own that you can specialize in, if you get what I mean. Because then people will more easily recognize your channel. Because they will say, oh, this channel is the channel that does this specific thing. Can be drawing or Legos, or so my recommendation is choose one thing you really enjoy and start with that. It's something that I've been trying to do as well myself. Because let me explain, those people who do many different things, they do it after they have already gained enough of an audience. If you think about it, even with the people who are very famous now, I don't know, do you follow Queso, the big streamer? You might have heard of him. If you have heard of him, he became famous from those videos in which people roasted him over, I think it was PlayStation messages. Or I don't know, let me think of other examples. If we want to take examples from the original big YouTubers, PewDiePie, he became famous from doing Let's Plays. So try to find one specific topic and start with that. Then over time, as you grow, there will always be time to try different things, but try not to do too many things at once, because there's many other people who are already doing it. And when starting, it can get a bit it can be very difficult, because you start at a disadvantage, because the competition is already present. So I don't know, if you are very passionate about Legos, you can try with that. I remember when I had some recommendations about channels that use the Legos. I am not a big fan of Legos myself, although I did have some Legos as a kid. It was mostly Bionicles. But I do get sometimes those videos about Legos where, I don't know, they try to create machines that cross. For example, there was this one in which there was a gap between one table and another, and the video was about building a Lego that could overcome that gap. And each time it did that, it would the YouTuber would increase the gap, and so each time the machine failed, he had to design a better one that was able to overcome the new gap. That can be a good idea you could try. Or I don't know. So there are so many things you can do with Legos, honestly. I know some people would manage to build robots out of Legos, like mini robots. I don't know. Find what you like and start with that. The rest will come later. Okay, I'm trying to give some shading to these withered flowers. Need to make it darker because we want to avoid making the colors blend too much with the background. As we can see, it's a little bit too similar in some things. Okay. Let's work on the base as well. Light. I don't know. Maybe I need to make the light coming from these candles much darker. So let me go back to the background over here. Make a copy. And go a little bit darker down here. Because the idea is to have something very dark and oppressive. Save for, of course, the light. Let me try and see how it looks like if I change the color. Let's see in terms of values. I think it may look slightly better like this. Let's go back to the flowers. Yeah, the values are a little bit, I wouldn't say all over the place, but almost. Okay, and then maybe okay. Let's see before and after. Let's lighten these stems. Not too much, but enough to make them stand out. Then you can always change it later. I also don't really like the fact that I made the two lights be slightly different colors, so I think I will try to work on that as well. Let me do more or less the same shade. Maybe not like this. And then kinda. Straight with and without. Yeah, I think it's a little bit better. Then we also need to change these ones too. Okay, and then maybe something like this. It's a little bit different, but I think it's working out pretty nicely. Let's do a very quick comparison from before and after. Oh yeah, because we also need to keep in mind that it will be something like so. Let's say it's still a little bit too invasive. Let me watch some of the references over here. Maybe it could be smaller. Let's try it out. No, I don't think it will work well. Not sure what to continue right now. I want to try and make the background wall look nice, but I need to implement this texture in a meaningful way, and for that I need to find a good balance. Because if I leave it normal like that, what if... Yeah, what if I do something like this? Not sure if it will work. Let me try and simplify even more this type of wallpaper. Let me first bring the opacity to the maximum, and also merge all of this together. Just 1 second. I'll try to make the edges even more simple. And maybe... Yeah, let's try something like this. Maybe it's a little better. Okay. I think this is something. Oh, I think we can try and start the first sketch of our cute little character, although I'm not sure how to make it. Or maybe we can leave the character for next time. Let's flip the image and see. How is it looking? Before and after. Okay, let me balance this section. Okay. A little bit better. Maybe I should... let me see. Yeah, maybe I should darken some paintings over here. So let me do just that. Multiply. And then so this way the focus should remain the important parts. Okay. Okay, I think it's a little bit much better like this. So the less important parts are obscured, and the middle pops out even more. Yeah, I think... I think this can be a good stopping point. I think the progress has been really nice. But next time I think I will either add more items on the desk, improve this bottom area overall, which I think needs some more attention in terms of details and things of that nature. I will look up some references, maybe use a little bit of photo bashing, but not too much. Maybe for the most difficult parts I think I will use some photo bashing, especially for very specific textures and things of that nature. But for today, I think this is a good result. So, to make a comparison to how it was before, or rather how we started this stream. First it was like this, and then now it is like so. I always advise people who use digital drawing is at the start of each drawing session, you make a snapshot of the current progress, so that when you reach the end of the drawing session, you can make another snapshot and see the difference and compare how it was when you started versus how it came out in the end. And that can be a good indicator on how much progress you've made so far. So the progress that we've made between streams has been, this was after the very first stream in which we started working on this one. Then it became like this, and now it today became like this. It's already starting to look really nice. The next stream, I think it will be more about the little details that will bring this drawing to life. And then we will work on the desk over here, work on our little character, maybe add some more items, but then I would also eventually go back to the creature over here and develop this one a little bit more, because I realized that this area in particular has been neglected a little too much, I think. In the meantime, let's save, and I would say also let's give it a flip, since this is how it was originally. So, as always, this has been a very nice progress. Very satisfied with how far we've come so far. And also a big welcome to those people who just discovered the channel and like what I am doing. It's always a good sign if people that watch me like what I am bringing as content. If you guys are interested, for those who are new to the channel, we have a Discord server in which you will receive notifications whenever we come online. Let me just quickly paste the invite link for those who are interested. Let me post it once, both for Twitch and YouTube. So, next stream will be on Friday, in which we will continue. Hello, in which we will continue the other drawing involving one of the two evil sisters. That one is a bigger project that will involve multiple drawings, and we will explore different elements. This one that we are doing today is only this drawing specifically. Each drawing made with the random wheel, it will almost always involve one singular drawing, following the theme selected. With the other project, the one that we do on Monday and Friday, it is a bigger project in which we explore different elements for something. In this case, we will develop mostly characters, but also environments, maybe props or secondary characters. We will see. The drawing that we continued today, we will pick it up again on Saturday afternoon. For those who are very new over here, if you want to make sure not to miss the stream, again, you can join the Discord server so you get the notification. But most importantly, check out the schedule information on both the Twitch and the YouTube channel description. For Twitch specifically, there is also a live countdown which will tell you exactly how much time is left before a new stream starts. And yeah, that is pretty much it. Welcome to the company, to those who just joined today, and I hope your stay here will be a pleasant one. We are in this journey together, in this very new channel, but there is only one way in which we can go, and that way is pointing upwards. Having said that, again, big welcome to those who are just discovered me. I hope you will have a wonderful time here. We will meet each other in 2 days. This has been the Void Executive, and I will see you in the next company video. Have a good night, everyone.